I'm going to show you how the partner portal is working, and if there is one thing you remember from the presentation today, is the partner portal and how you use it. So this is how it looks. As Stefano said already, we have a dedicated travel agents site for here, and this is also one of the things we're constantly developing on and evaluating. So if you ever have any feedback on how we can make it better and even better for you, then we're always happy to hear about it. But basically, this is really your one-stop shop. How you get there is partner.getyourguide.com. So also feel free to go there right now, and then I'll show you how we are logging in. So the partner portal, partner.getyourguide.com. You can log in on the upper right-hand side where it says login, and then you get to the screen that you see right now. You use the email address where you also received our introduction emails from. And you should also have gotten a link on creating a new password. In case you haven't, no problem at all. Just go to forgot password and then you can create a new one. But yeah, next slide, and then we'll see how it looks when you are logged in. Exactly, so now you're logged in. First thing to do is to quickly check your settings. How do you do that? You go to the right upper corner next to the small person icon, and then it says settings. If you click there, you'll get to the page that you see on the screen right now. Then first, if you look at the general information, you can see your name, your home page, the commission you're getting, also your partner ID. So just check whether everything is set up in the right way in there. If not, you're welcome to go and change it. Go to the next slide. The next one is around payment information. So that's where we would transfer the commission payments. Your payment have already been set up by the host agency. So this should already all be in there. And then it will be transferred to the host agency, and then they will distribute it. So that should be all set already. Next slide. Notifications, which is the last one we'll talk about, is also quite interesting. Because here you can decide what kind of emails you want to get from us. So booking notifications is, you get a notification every time you've made a booking. Accounting is for your commission payouts. So those are actually quite important, and many of our travel agents usually subscribe to those. And monthly statistics is around how you're performing and how many bookings you've done. And then last but not least, very important, is the partner newsletter. I hope you all subscribe to those. We are trying to send out a few emails, not too many. Don't worry, there's not a new email every day. But here we'll keep you updated on product developments, on your tours, how to cancel during COVID. So it's really important that you subscribe to those. This is how the portal looks if you go on to overview. It's really, really key that you look into the partner portal and don't go to getyourguide.com, the normal traveler front end. Always go into partner.getyourguide.com, because this is how we actually recognize you and then are able to track your bookings and pay out your commissions. So it's really key. All right, let's talk about a customer who wants to go to Paris. Usually what our other travel agents do is, as soon as they have booked the hotel and the flight, like the skeleton of the trip for a customer, they ask the customer, so what do you actually want to do when you go to Paris? And then you start a conversation around how you could sell them some tours and activities. So what you do is, partner portal, there's the search bar, and you just type in Paris and the dates, and then you click on search. And then you're actually, a new window opens and you're redirected to getyourguide.com. But you are logged in now. Usually you see a yellow banner on top where you can see your, it doesn't show here, but there is usually a yellow banner. You can see that you're logged in, and it also says you do not need to log in. You don't need to sign up or log in. You are already tracked. So now, as you can see there, for Paris, there's quite a few activities, over 700. So how do we now narrow it down. And there's a few tips and tricks on how you can do that. First is where I have highlighted it, is you can actually, if you know where the customer wants to go, you can you can search directly for Paris Louvre, for example, and then you'll only see the Louvre tours. So you can really narrow down your search if you know where the customer wants to go. The next idea is to look into the categories that you see on the left-hand side. There you can look for the type of categories. You can look into the price if you know customers rather price sensitive or not. Also for languages, you could go in and select Dutch, and then you will only see the tours that are also offered in Dutch. So I think that's usually quite helpful. If we click again. One more thing is you can sort all the queues that are coming up either by recommended, so that's the ones that we recommend, the ones we see are selling the best. You could also sort by price or by recommendations and reviews. Another thing I always look at when I book tours and activities is the reviews. As you can see here for the Louvre tour, it has over 1,600 reviews and it got 4.5 stars. So you know that there's been a lot of customers who've done the tour and they've given a good review. The next little tip is actually the little Get Your Guide originals icon. We usually have those for a few tours that we really have good experience with, and Stefano is gonna tell you more about originals later on. But I would always watch out for those icons as well to navigate the search. Go to the next slide. Yes, so we have decided that our customer wants to visit the Louvre. We also know that those tickets sell out rather quick, so this is really important to book them early. That's also where customers usually are interested in booking them early. If you click on the tour where you are now, you can see all the information that you may need if you have really good eyes. But it's all about from the duration of the tour, the meeting point, which is usually quite important, whether there's hotel pickup or not. And you can also see the reviews. So what have people said who have taken the tour already? Our customer says, yes, I want to book the Louvre tour. Now you have 3 options of how you can book. If you go to the next slide. Number 1, of course, you can book directly for the customer. And as I mentioned before, this is usually for tours where tickets are selling out rather quickly and the customer wants to make sure that they will be able to do the tour when they're in the destination for only a week. So for this, you basically only follow the booking flow. So go around the blue buttons. So for this one, you click book now and then you select the date. If you go to the next slide. One thing that is key to remember is actually to enter the traveler details when you get to the information. As you can see here, the upper part is billing details. So that's where you usually would enter your information and your email address so that you get the confirmation emails as well. But then in the next one where it says traveler details, it's important to add the traveler details because that's the name that will be printed on the entry voucher. And that's also the email address we can send a mobile voucher to. So that's one thing to remember. That was option 1. Option 2 is to send a PDF offer to your customer. I'm sure you've also experienced that customers book around, I would say 6 months before they go on a trip, and they might not know yet what they actually want to do when they are in destination. So we have developed an offer tool that you can share with your customer when you send out recommendations for hotels and flights as well. So once you've found the tour or the different tours that you want to sell to your customer, you can click on generate offer, and then you get a PDF that you can download with your contact information on the upper right hand side that you then can download and share per email with your customer. The customer can then click on the book button and this is sending to your account. So anytime the customer goes back and clicks and books within 45 days, even though he might log out and then Google again, you will be linked to the tour and you will earn the commission. That was the second option. And the last option is to share your personal link. So for the link, you have to go back to the partner portal, and then you can see on the upper right hand side, it says share your link. If you click there and go to the next slide, then a pop-up will come up and you will see your unique link. So this one you can share with your customer whenever you want. You could also post it on Facebook and Instagram or on your homepage, but this is your unique link. As similar to the PDF creator before, even with the customer, if they look at it now, go through the link, then close it down, open through Google again and book, you will still be attributed to the booking as long as it's within 45 days. And what we've heard from our really good performing travel agents is that usually there's a contact point with the customers around 2 weeks before they go on vacation. And this is a good time to talk about what they want to do when they are on vacation. And then you could share that link and say, have a look what you want to do. Basically, you go back to the partner portal, you go to analytics and then bookings, and then you can see all the bookings you have booked. The ones that have been completed are the ones where you will receive your commission on, canceled, and then also the ones are pending are the ones that haven't been conducted yet. So for those, you still have the commission for later. And next slide is then payment, where you will find your payment receipts from the commission. I know this is also going to go through the host agency, but in case you need it for yourself as well, you can find it here.